And hello out there. Oh, here in social media land, child, my damn head is bothering the hell up out of me. Good shit. But anyway, what's going on, people? I'm going to be here with you for a few moments because something has just come across my desk. And I feel the need to put a commentary up about this, or an editorial about it right here and right now. So for those of you who don't know who I am Demetrius Big Meach Taylor, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach right here and right now on all social media platforms that I share this on. So thank you. Please subscribe to everything here. Y'all know all the buttons to hit and all of that. And I will make sure that I put all of my social media platforms for you to follow. But the quickest way, honey, to follow everything is go to my website, www.dishingtea.com. All the links will be there to all of that. So just go there and follow me there, okay? So let's talk real quickly, because I'm on this phone. I ain't got but X amount of time. I've got to make sure that my time is right. I just received the video that Miss Janet Hubbard have made. Okay, for those of you who don't know who she is, that was the original Aunt Viv on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And after listening to this damn video, okay, I really hope that this gets to her. I know she said she's not going to be. She's claiming that this last video was her very last one on this particular subject. And we all hope that it is, because at this particular time, sweeties, when I tell y'all that I'm about sick of her shit too, I mean it. Because I'm going to put her in that Monique bag, okay? And y'all know Monique has been on her tirade about wanting folks to tell the truth and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Just tell it, just tell it. But Janet, honey, has been on this same kick, as she says in this last video, that it's been 27 years. 27 years since she's been on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, lost her job, and this, that, and other. Y'all know she's been sitting up there blaming Will Smith for this and all of that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to say yay or nay to all that, because I don't know what that situation was for her to sit down there and feel the way that she feels, okay? So this is not about whether or not she feels that they were at fault. What I'm going to say, and I hope this gets to her, is that Miss Thing, at this particular stage of the game, nobody gives a rat's ass anymore. And you shouldn't either. Now, this is not to say that your pain that you experience and whatever that is that traumatized you about it, because at everything that you have that you have been saying over these last 27 years has been rooted in whatever the trauma was about all of that. Okay? And it sounds as though you feel as though you've been disrespected as an artist and as an actor and all this other good shits. And that's I get it. Okay, being an entertainer myself. Okay, I get it. I understand. At the same time, girl, we talking 27 fucking years. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck over this shit and learn how to move on or whatever, if you're going to tell your story, tell it and let that motivate you and fuel you. You want to sit down here and blame Black Hollywood and the black press. You want to talk and call the nigger tabloid TVs or whatever, however you call that. And then you wonder how come you can't get work, or why it's difficult for you to do a pitch. Or you claiming that, oh, when I went to Oprah and tried to get on Oprah, they talking about, oh, because she's good friends with Will Smith, that, oh, it would not be in the best interest of the show. Because, bitch, they knew you were coming to be fucking messy. I saw you on The Real. And you want to sit down there and say, okay, this is all about not being disrespected. Now you held yourself very well. And you didn't throw a lot of shade, but still you threw shade. Wanting to sit down there talking about the Smiths and this, that, and the other. Oh, well, he got his own baggage. And that. Everybody got baggage, girl. Now, how come you have not been able to utilize that to fortify you? You keep talking about, oh, I was destitute, and oh, I didn't have no money, and we couldn't eat. My son and You want to blame him for you not eating. Bitch, that means there's time for you to get up off your ass and make some shit happen. Now listen, we all got a sad story somewhere. We all got a story that, you know, where folks that sat down there, abused us and carried on or took your money, or you done gave folks money and was supposed to give it back, or whatever the case is. We all got a story or three like that. But girl, this is 27 fucking years. And at this particular time, we should have been hearing about you having your dance studio or teaching dance classes or whatever it is that you're doing. Now, to your credit, I have heard a couple of things, okay? And as a matter of fact, I went to go look you up because I was like, damn, what has she done, you know, since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air outside of these damn videos? And I saw you had done a couple of things or whatever, but for me, they were not memorable performances because hell, I didn't remember that you were on a couple of them. I can't recall them right now because I have to go back and look at the dossier. And that shouldn't be, sweetie. And you can't sit down there and blame Black Hollywood or the black press and all this, that, and the other for that. That's on you, girl. What the fuck was you doing to where you couldn't fortify your own self? Hell, everybody got some kind of hustle going on, be it legal or otherwise, to sit down here and make $1. Now, hell, how come you couldn't do that? You keep saying, oh, I'm an artist, and I respect my craft. And okay, bitch, you know what? Save all that. Because, see, all that becomes talking points and nonsense on some shit that, you know, when folks want to sit down there and get into a couple of things. Girl, no, we're not going to even go through all that, you know. It's because right now it's not even making sense. And like I said, I'm putting you in that bag with Monique. Should I do it the other way around? Put Monique in the bag with you because, bitch, you've been doing it longer. She only been at this damn thing since Precious, and Precious is almost 10 years old. You've been at this shit for 27 years. Wanting to sit down there and throw blame, and then because you feel you can, you want to sit down here and call names. You want to call out Kathy Hughes and Will Smith and Jada and this, that, and the other. And the couple other names that you've mentioned. Okay, girl, so you know how to call a name. So they hurt your feelings. They did whatever it was, and it was unpleasant. We get all that. We got it. Now, the question is, are you going to sit down here and still wallow in your self-pity and have this damn pity party, or bitch, are you going to get the fuck up and make sure that you can sit down there and sustain yourself? Now, if Hollywood ain't doing it, then that means it's time to go someplace else to get the shit done. Now, girl, hell, what was you doing before you became Aunt Viv? You said in the video, oh, I was, you know, you got to do the cashiering and working at the donut shop and this, that, and the other. Well, bitch, ain't nothing changed. Did you have to resort back to that? Hell, you want to call Alfonso Ribeiro and call him a tampon or whatever because he was Will's lapdog or whatever the case is or whatever, and that's highly disrespectful. And why? Because he didn't come to your rescue, or he said that I couldn't get a job. Well, bitch, was you working? Because we don't know your credits or whatever, and I just said I got to go look you up to find out all the stuff that you did since the Fresh Prince, and it's not been a lot. And so you want to sit down there and say that he's up there and throwing that out there, but what was you doing, bitch? Because you also said, oh, I can't get a meeting, or they're not taking me seriously. So which one is it? Huh? Now, come on, girl. Now, as an intelligent black woman that you say that you are, you don't want nobody insulting your intelligence. You don't want nobody doing this. Bitch, come on. Get a fucking grip and make some sense out of this. If you can't make no sense out of it, then honey, shit, go create a new dollar. Okay? Get something together so that you can get over this and get past it. At this particular game, bitch, this is almost 30 years old. It's a fully grown body now. Okay? At this particular stage of the game, this thing, hell, your ass should be sitting up here talking about, hell, I got a project here, I got a project there. Bitch, shit, you should have been teaching at the Alvin Ailey Dance Company or something or whatever. Or something. How come you ain't down there with Debbie Allen at the Debbie Allen Academy and shit? Or something, since you claim that your craft is this, that, and the other, you still stuck on the fact that in this last video that Will didn't want to have the dance episode aired or whatever. So now, to your credit again, I don't know all the particulars. I don't know what kind of power he had on the set because, you know, that was his vehicle and carrying on. So I don't know what kind of power that he had. But Miss Thing, come on. Okay, if you had to fight for the episode, I'm glad that you did because we saw a side of you. Bitch, that episode still kills. It still plays up on YouTube. It got all kinds of likes and shit. Bitch, hell, I'm forever talking about that there you slayed. But come on, girl. You still want to sit up here and talk about some bullshit from back in the day. Hold on, I'm at work.
Just the main lobby, Terry, front drive, all clear this time.
That's the copy. Y'all know I'm at the donut factory, honey, so get over it. But still, girl, that there, honey, I'm sure that somewhere along the lines, we have to make sure that you are getting what you need done so that you can sustain yourself and stop wallowing in all this fucking self-pity and shit and thinking that somebody's supposed to run to your rescue. Because take it from me, bitch, I understand. I would love to have a winning team that supports me in carrying on, that rides with me and this, that, and the other, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Not the way how I want it, not the way how I feel it should be. But Miss Thing, come on, I had to do some things to get some shit, and I'm still not where I want to be, especially not financially. I'm starting. You know, I see the buzz and whatever. We got seeds planted and shit. But at the same time, what are you doing to germinate your garden, honey? If you're not planting seeds, is the soil fertile? Okay. Did you have to put some fertilizer on it? Okay. Are you pruning the shape of your garden or whatever? It doesn't sound like it to me. But I'm just on the outside looking in based on these particular videos you've been posting. So, Miss Thing, I'm going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. I think you are a wonderful, lovely woman. Okay, from what I know of you from the television show. Yeah, from the television show. But all this other bullshit, bitch, girl, if you don't go get some therapy or something, then you need to do something else and get over trying to blame Will Smith and Jada or whoever else you feel you need to blame for some shit that you should be in control of now. You probably wasn't in control of it at the time that it happened. And yes, it may have had an adverse effect in the beginning, but now, bitch, this is 27 years later. At this particular point, this is all on you. So whatever you ain't doing, don't blame them. Blame that on your own ass, girl, because you got to sit up here and take the reins of that motherfucking beast and tame that motherfucker. Okay? And yes, I said it just like that. Now, honey, I mean all that in love, and I mean it sincerely. Because at this particular point, honey, what else do you have to lose? Because from the way you sound, you say you done lost everything. You were destitute, hungry, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? The whole story. And I'm not making light of it because we all know what that is. Hell, those are some scary fucking times. I know. I was homeless in New York. So I understand what the hell that is. Okay? Homeless in New York. So I understand what you're saying. But bitch, at this particular point, honey, I wasn't homeless for long, honey. Maybe what? 2 months. Okay? And we made it happen. I couldn't sit down there and wait, or just because I had a story to tell or whatever. Because hell, at this particular point, did you sell the damn story to the Inquirer or any of those places to sit down there and get you a couple of dollars? Hell, that could have been the hustle. And in fact, a lot of us thought there was a publicity stunt anyway. So hell, you should have made a couple of dollars off of it if that was the kick. But I don't even know if you did that. But I'm not in your business like that. And that ain't no judgment call. I'm just throwing it out there like that to say, hey, you have options. So at this particular point, I'm going to end with this. Right now, sister, whether you make another video or not, it really makes no hell of a no deal. Nobody gives a good goddamn if you do or don't. But at this stage of the game, girl, I'm sure you know how to be resourceful. I think, don't you do some painting or sculpting or something, whatever? Okay? Hell, how come you ain't got no damn body oils that carry on like the other sell incense and shit? Bitch, look. You supposed to be a hustler, girl, not a grinder, a hustler. Which means you supposed to know how to sit down there and all of your creativity come up with the way that you can sit down there and take care of yourself and your child. So, honey, on that particular note, just do the damn thing and shut the fuck up with all this bullshit, because nobody cares anymore, girl. It's 27 years. Hell, all we know is you are fabulous as Aunt Viv. And you even taking that away. You don't even want us to call you Aunt Viv no more. Oh, that was a mistake. If I had to do it all again, I would never do it. Bitch, that was your blessing. And what you have to do is reestablish what the blessing was from it, and then learn how to let that empower you and not let it hurt you. Because right now, you are the one who's letting it hurt you. That's just my take on it. You don't have to agree. You don't even have to like it. I don't care. But honey, I hope that if you're listening to this, it resonates somewhere and could stir up something that could propel you forward. And that's all I got. So right now, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets. If you still got them, dunk them in the tea, honey, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea right here with Big Meach. Until the next time, my darling, I'll talk with you soon. Ciao.